Greetings and hello once again. This here is the ancient spirit Tralaka. Well, now please take into consideration what I've been talking about of my own experiences and of my ancient spirits in the last 40 videos. And please, we're going to have to make an adjustment for when I start reading in some upcoming videos from authors who have experienced things from within the alien underground bases and so forth. So you'll be able to start to begin to truly grasp the size of what is and has been going on and the incredible numbers of spirit humans who were captured and being captured even in the present time, never to be seen again, and taken to these remote places and spliced with other earthly creatures or to off-world creatures whom a certain, let's say, species of greys with an A or greys with an E may have herds of their own creatures they brought with them, and they want to breed our human DNA with them for whatever their reasons are. But it is well known that they are splicing captured humans' DNA and making all sorts of different stuff. Oh, disgusting! 2. Also splice human DNA into theirs and reverse back again to create a new, or rather a few new species of humans meant to be used, or rather live here on Earth and to be used off of this planet elsewhere with the new sets of DNA strands so they can survive where they are going or being placed. Remember, by far the most useful appendages of species is those who have a resemblance of 2 legs and 2 arms for the flexibility because of that type series of shell, okay, for job situations and living conditions. Remember though, from what I have seen, some human forms with more than just arms, one set of arms and hands, who have 2 sets of arms and hands, are working at a much incredible speed and accuracy. And needless to say, as warriors, they who with 2 legs but more than one set of arms and hands are far more deadly in battle. Woo-wee! This is for you still sleeping sheeple humans. Would mean that, let's say, you are just using enough brain cells to operate your TV remote control. However, these I spoke of just earlier, with more than one set of arms and hands, are using a lot more percentage of their brains. It's a comparison, you idiots, between the very first edition of Windows 5 computers that came out versus the 2013 Windows 8 and the 2013 high-end Apple computer, what they can do. I have seen in a few individual draconians, even in my meditations off-world visits, that could cough up fire, that could be spit out at fast speeds and go through 3 to 4 inches of plated metal hulls of ocean-going ships or space-bound ships. Yet, these same ones enjoy playing 5-layer checkers on their off-time duty, as well as gardening. They love doing the gardening, some of them. Some of the old school draconian species are very serious about growing their own herbs and spices to use in their foods and their medicines and related medicines for other uses. Oh, by the way, you idiot sheeple, not many species of draconians breathe fire. However, an intense speed many of them have to deal with troublemakers. Keep that in mind should you ever be sitting uh, in the same room with a draconian that may not necessarily a Spitfire, but you think that you're going to get at your hands on the remote control for the TV faster? That's not going to happen. Okay. So many of the draconian species are using the majority of their brain cells and sections, and some the entire brain and the abilities compared to the sliver sized one that you sheeple humans use. Think because of this propaganda programming lies, you think you're at the top of the order of the food chain. Thinking very arrogantly, there is none at levels past you who would think that you would make a nice barbecue dinner, slowly cooked and marinated for one of another species. Which, sadly for you simpleton sheeple, this is the truth. You are nowhere near the top of the pecking order of the food chain. Remember this. You are not nearly at the top of the pecking order of the food chain to be made as a meal. But you have to get past that, though that may shock you, and it should. You have to get past that, knowing and be able to digest the other info I am offering in my videos. Remember, you simpletons, that you need, let's say, oxygen on this planet so you can breathe, and it's so important for, let's say, another species. It would be the need for a pure methane solution in, on, or above their world, wherever it may be, in order for them to exist. Just because we use oxygen, this does not say that every creature uses, or every species uses oxygen as we do. To think that is just pure idiocy. Duh, duh, duh. Although certain mid-sized grays with an A who need a quick fix now and then of a very slight blend with their other medicines of some helium-3 drug from time to time in their medicines to keep them from going insane when on extremely long space-going missions. Do you see here? Do you see here? Other species also have little quirks they need in their lives to overcome certain conditions or shortcomings. You need, sheeple simpleton, to understand the incredibly bigger picture. For when we as a species can, we will be able to be part of that bigger picture. Hmm. Hmm. As I have said in other videos, not only are we not alone, we are part of the living multidimensional universe, which has life on so many different species and dimensions and varieties. This is not, you idiot simpleton fools, a one-shot life that just, oh, there's only one life and that's all that it. This here is prime material. They have been falsely propaganda programming, lying into your heads. You need to remember, this life you're having is now just one very small piece of a huge puzzle that is of you. This is why I have proposed on other videos the full restructuring of the education system to show the certain off-world species who are good guys, so to speak, that we can adjust, and adding the education to teach. Let's say, here we go. Also add in from ages 4 to 7, teaching the fundamentals of the living multidimensional universe from translated material from trusted off-world files and species of beings, also teaching the basics of communication for off-world species, which we are doing active education and business with, and history, a very basic understanding of, let's say, a half a dozen of the other worlds we're doing business with, of their failures and of their overcoming of failures to being a very structured society. Plus, meditation practice taught on other worlds for tens and hundreds of thousands and millions of years to understand and to breathe and connect with the living multidimensional universe, to understand how the flow works and being within her peace and the feelings of honor within those meditations and within your life. Ages 8 to 13, advanced gardening, adding on corrected earth history and corrected understanding of why religion in our world and other worlds was and is the greatest binder to control the masses of different species and also humans. Ages 14 to 18, adding on multi-species business ethics and histories of a half a dozen peaceful worlds and how they overcame bad business practices to be able to advance how they do business so it works multi-worlds for everybody is even Stevens in concept. Also teaching advanced theory science. Also living computers, the ethics of what a living computer is and how one would take care of it. Understanding also the dangers of these things. Ages 19 to 21. Advanced theories of powering spacecraft in space or spacebound craft without any waste or damage to the environment in either place. Also, advanced culinary of multiple worlds and how other worlds convert food into wafer and tablets, and the dangers of mixing wrong ingredients into machines that make and convert the physical food into the tablets. Also teaching level 2 and 3 of advanced gardening and farming, which is agriculture. This here includes other planets understanding and how the beings from other planets understand the working to get the food in which they need. And also advanced math to be able to understand the math and different worlds that they have used for a long period versus what we have now. This is the ancient spirit Tralaka. Journey far, journey safely. Always journey safely. Please, please, please take notes when you wake up in the morning. This is the ancient Tralaka. Good night.